Yes people, Shifty e-bikes back at it with another absolute banger today, and today we're transforming the look of this Ultra Bee. Getting rid of that horrible looking tail light that comes stock, as you've probably seen a million times and everybody removes it. Well, this one is going to give you that clean, aggressive enduro look. Keeping all your tail light and everything at the back, but just getting it so that it's looking that proper 1010, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to walk you through absolutely everything in this video, step by step, whether you've modded these bikes before or whether you've never touched any sort of tools in your life. It's quite simple, so you should be able to follow what I'm doing, and it's going to give you that 10 out of 10 look on your Ultra Bee. So make sure you're staying all the way to the end of the video, because I might even be doing a giveaway. This is the first giveaway that's going to be on this channel, and there's going to be many more to come. So make sure you're staying tuned right to the end of the video, because the giveaway starts today. From the day this video comes up, bow, let's get in. So first thing you're going to want to do, fitting this new one, got to just get rid of this boot. I have cut it, but you don't have to cut it if you're a bit particular. You can just pull it all the way back. Disconnecting these. You want to push the little pin down and pull it out. And then these ones are a little bit different. So these ones, you're going to need a little set of long nose pliers. So yeah, we've got 3 cables we've got to break. 4 cables, sorry. So it's a case of trying to get your long noses in without killing this little heat shrink. Might be a little bit fiddly. Well, at least all these are free. Start undoing these bolts. These are incredibly tight, but I did whiz them off the other day, so should be much easier. That's tightening. Just so you know, they've not come up by hand the first time. They struggled more or less all the way back. These back two aren't too bad, but the bottom two are horrendous, to be honest. Be really careful with these ones, because you're more than definitely going to lose the little washer that's underneath, because as soon as you lift this bolt up in the air, your washer just gets sent down into this little gap here and goes all the way into the bike frame. But you've got to be extremely careful to make sure you don't lose that washer. Not that it makes much of a difference, but it annoys me having a little washer like that that's slid into the bike and I'm going to see it again. Last one. At this point, your mount's going to start coming off quite fast. Wait for it to drop, make sure you've got it held. And we're out. So then at that point, your big hefty brackets on here. 5mm Allen. Jesus. Might be a bit tight. After you eventually manage to get that bolt out of there, it's then exactly the same for these 2 bolts under here, which should not be anywhere near as now. It's barely even on tight. So you're going to whiz these straight out. Once you've got them bolts out, make sure the wires don't get caught. Just slot them out. Try and make sure they slide through nicely. And there's your bracket off. So this is the bit that we're replacing. Much shorter, much less of a profile. If you're offering it up like that, you can see how it wants to go. It wants to just get up against there, but we're going to have to just give these a little chop off so that it sits flush with it. So we're going to do some editing magic, and with a little hacksaw right across here, we're just going to give it, look at that, looks relatively clean. Basically where these little flares kick out, just chop straight off it. And then if you look from here, when you put your actual unit on, you've got clearance here, you can see the hole through that side. That's how it wants to be fitting. You could probably leave a little bit of this fin on so that it's a bit closer, but yeah, I ain't got the patience for that, so that's how it's going. But 100% looks miles better even just looking at that. I'm going to sit in such a better position really, so much closer to the back fender. I'm hoping that this light just tucks underneath there perfectly, just underneath this. Let's get it back on. Defo takes some messing about, but once it's on, the most difficult thing is trying to wire these cables through. That's why I've cut to this point, because it does take a little bit of thing. The groove's not massive in this. So what I'm going to say is, the one with the connector on the end, the tail light, brake light, whatever you want to call it, put that on one side, and then the other two cables put on the other side, just so you've got enough room really. Once you've got it all in and tightened down, just make sure you can pull these wires in and out and they're not caught on anything and they're actually still free. I have checked, but I'm just one-handing it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, just make sure them cables are free. Get it all nipped down. I've put this foam block thing just underneath here, just so that if it's not going to hit the tail light and rattle about. But yeah, it looks like a clean unit. Looks all profesh. Feels solid as well. Feels lighter. Yeah, so let's get back to wiring him back up. Yeah, I don't know how well you can be able to see this, but basically, your mounting points are up here. So then once you've threaded the cables through, it should sit sort of like this, which is nearly flush with it, to be honest. It's going to sort of tuck just underneath. But that's exactly what I want. I don't want this hitting anything, so if it's all tucked in nice. But yeah, 100% must do. Let's get him all set up. And then as you can see, you just put all this boot back. Once you got all your cables through, match them up. Greens are just Fs anyway, but they're typically on the same side. And with these connectors, once you put them in, you should push and hear a little click. Once they're all on, plug your tail light back on. Little click again if you heard that. Right, now's your time to test the bike. Once you've done all this, you just want to cover up all this rubbish again, like it was when you first saw it. And if you look at this little tiny hole here, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's actually a perfect hole for a zip tie to go in. You get whatever little zip tie you want, and you can fasten them down like that. But you do want this as flat as possible, because obviously your seat still latches into here. So because your seat latches into there, you want this as flat as possible. So I'm going to cut to when it's done, because I don't want to be juggling this camera as well. Now we've got the big moment of truth. So the battery's in. Let's give it key on. Tail light comes on. Brake. Obviously if one brake works, the other one's gonna. Right indicator. Left indicator. Oh yes. Ho ho! Hazards! Woo-hoo! Oh, buzzing. Look at how much better that looks there. Buzzing. And there it is, people. Clean, nice, tail-tied. So much better than stock. Literally not even comparable. Just sits in such a better position now. You're not going to be scraping every 5 minutes unless you're really giving it that back wheel setting, you know what I mean? So, thank you so much for watching. There's going to be so much more Ultra Bee content. So if you liked this video or you've liked any of the videos that I've done in the past, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button because subscribing means a real lot to me. So, the bit that you've all been waiting for, I know you lot have been waiting since the start, so it's the giveaway. So, what I'm going to be giving away is, funnily enough, another one of the tail tidies that we brought today. So I'm going to be giving away one of these tail tidies to one of you lot in the comments. So all you've got to do to enter the giveaway is you've got to have liked the video, you've got to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment of Ultra Bee. That's all you've got to do to enter this one. There's going to be some other ones that are a little bit different and they might be a lot more of an expensive prize than this, but nice easy win, you know what I mean? Drop yourself a little comment, Ultra Bee, like and subscribe, simple as that. Whoever's won, I'm going to be leaving it in the end of the video again, just so then everyone can see that it's fair and I'm not just giving it to somebody I know or anything like that. It's going to be one of you guys in the comments. Big up everybody, thank you so much for watching. Shifty E-Bike signing out. Bye!